We all know somebody who creates drama, and then when everyone reacts to it,
I can
play like the victim.
Right.
There are plenty of stories that we react to on these shows that are from anonymous sources or reports from in the building. You were the one who said it. Right. You were in 4K saying that you had a problem, and then your teammate said that you two weren't friends. This didn't come from an outside source. This didn't come from an anonymous report. Right. It was you saying it.
This is a situation where both sides are true. Joy Taylor is 100% right. The media did not create this firestorm. The Eagles did. And more specifically, in my opinion, this falls directly in the lap of Brandon Graham. I don't even like saying it like that because BG is such a beloved personality in this city, and rightfully so. But in this situation, I think he made a mistake airing out that business on this WIP show. I think it was 100% a mistake. And it caused the firestorm that didn't need to be. Now, some people can argue about what AJ said, and I've gone on record since it happened. AJ was 100% correct because that Carolina game, Jalen Hurts did not look good. And to me, that's what it was all about. It wasn't about targets. It wasn't about AJ not getting the ball enough. In my opinion, it wasn't about any of that. What it was about was the Eagles' offense being able to take advantage of the opportunities they were given, and they didn't do it. And that particular game, it fell on Jalen Hurts. He was missing open wide receivers. The game shouldn't have been that close. They should have been able to dominate the Carolina Panthers, and they did not do it. And I understood A.J. Brown's frustration, especially, and I'll say this again when I watch the tape. Now, you fast forward to last weekend, Jalen Hurts lights it up. 290 yards, probably could have easily had over 3, but basically they took the foot off the gas in that fourth quarter after they held the ball for 10 minutes, damn near 11 minutes, and ran out the clock. And Carolina was just done. So they did what they had to do. And Jalen was throwing the ball on time. I had mentioned that the best way to get A.J. Brown on the ball is to throw him slants and let him break tackles. That's exactly what he did. If you watch the tape, you know what works and what doesn't. It'll be interesting going forward towards the end of the year and into the playoffs if the Eagles will continue to play on pace, kind of like hurry up. Not really a 2-minute hurry up offense, but they were quick on the line of scrimmage and quick to call the play and just had a quick pace about their tempo was very upbeat against the Steelers. And it worked. And Jalen was in rhythm and throwing the ball on time and throwing receivers open. He was doing everything you wanted a quarterback to do, period. He was on point. He didn't throw his first incomplete pass till in the second quarter. So he was playing up to his expectations and everybody else's for that matter. So I wasn't so big on the, Jalen sucks train because I've seen it before and I know I'll see it again. He just had a bad game and I think AJ had to let him know. Now, how that manifested, a lot of people don't agree with, but it was what it was. And if it gets you to the point or to the play like we saw against the Steelers, so be it. So everybody wants to, get on their shows and posture and we didn't start the fire and all that. Hey, fair game. Fair game. But I do think more was made of it that should have been. I placed that squarely on the shoulders of Brandon Graham because it never should have gotten to that point. I'd be curious, and because everybody's talking about the hard conversations between Jalen and AJ. What about the hard conversations with Brandon Graham? That's where the hard conversation would be because now people in that locker room are looking at him with the arched eyebrow like, why did you do that? But I'm sure everything got worked out and it's all good, and it was always all good. They didn't, just because they prayed together before the game, they didn't just start doing that. They've been doing that all year. They've been doing the same things all year, good or bad. That's what guys do. That's what teammates do. Even if you get mad at your teammates, that shit don't last long. That lasts until the next play. But I understood AJ's frustration, and I thought he was 100% correct. The passing game needed work. Jalen needed work, especially when you're missing open receivers. And I've said from the giddy up, the closer you get to the playoffs, your margin for error gets thinner and thinner and thinner. So I don't mind, Joy Taylor and on some of these shows and Good Morning Football, and everybody wants to posture and say, yeah, Jalen played great, but we didn't bring this heat on. But yes, there was something there, but it is what it is. Anybody that's been in the locker room understands that dynamic. They understand that everybody's not going to be friends. Even when you friends, people get on your nerves. The locker room is like a family. Everybody got somebody in their family that get on their nerves. Don't mean you don't love them. So I do think to a certain degree, a lot more was made about this situation that should have been. But I understand the media's kind of looking at the Eagles like, we didn't start this, you started this. And again, to me, amps my disappointment in Brandon Graham and like, why did you even start this fire? You know what I mean? So, but if it was all for the greater good, so be it. And we'll move on to the next one. And, we 12-2. So people can talk their shit if they want to talk it. But here in Philly, we 12-2. And we still in a good shot to win the division. So we still in a good point to be in a situation where the road to New Orleans goes through Philly.